I am super far behind on all my games this month. Just too much stuff came out. I mean, I did the Tomb Raider review. I still have to get those Gears of War Judgment Let's Play and review done for you guys. Bioshock Infinite just came out, but for now, this is the God of War Ascension review. I haven't played any of the multiplayer, again, because there's just way too many stuff to do, and plus WonderCon's coming up, and I'm working on a brand new costume for that, and head explode. But I just want to let you guys know I haven't played multiplayer yet, so this is just strictly my single player review and thoughts of the game. You know, I'm a huge God of War fan. I wouldn't have cosplayed as Kratos if I wasn't. I adore the series. But after God of War 3, I kind of thought that they had closed a chapter on Kratos, so I was a little nervous for Ascension, especially because it was like a prequel, and I was already starting to kind of get lost in the story. God of War story is always really good, but it loses me kind of easily. So I wasn't quite sure where it was going to be taking place and what was going to be happening. So yeah, all that rambling to say that I was a little on the fence, a little nervous. But Ascension blew my mind. It was so good, just as gory as ever, if not more gory. The atmosphere and the scenery, the background art, all of that stuff, environment art was just as amazing as it always is. The guys over at Santa Monica Studio know exactly what they're doing. I mean, it gave us this crazy, beefed up, angry character in Kratos, yet he's so little on these huge, crazy big environments. But you still don't feel little. Like, as Kratos, I never feel like an ant. I still feel very powerful, even though the environments around me just dwarf me. I know a lot of people are complaining about the camera, but I loved the camera in God of War Ascension. It was like a fixed camera, and I love that because they know just when to pull out and show me everything else around me. I love the moving sets that we would fight on. I love that they gave us weapons that we could pick up and use, like shields and maces and swords. That kept things from getting repetitive, but even without that, I don't think God of War Ascension would have ever gotten repetitive for me. You can also use power-ups on your Blades of Chaos. There was fire, electricity, ice, and there was another one. Oh god, I can't remember what it was called. But it's more like you're releasing the spirits, releasing the demons, and that was the purple power, which I used the most of. And that was really great because they each had different powers, they each had different perks. Different power-ups gained you different orbs by killing enemies with that power-up. The thing that got confusing with that, though, is the orbs you got didn't match up with the color of the power-up. So purple got you green orbs, health. I would think that fire would get you red orbs. Electricity, which was yellow, would get you gold orbs. And ice, which was blue, would get you blue orbs. But that's not how it was. It was all kind of mixed up. So that I found a little confusing. I would forget sometimes, like, which power-up to use depending on which orbs I was trying to get. You also, of course, got other power-ups as well. You got one where you could kind of make like a Kratos clone and he would fight with you, or if you had to keep something pulled so you could get through it, you would kind of spawn Kratos clone and Kratos clone would hold it pulled shut for you. You could rewind or kind of fast forward time, which was heal or decay, which I thought added a really cool dimension. I wish they would have done a little bit more with that. I was either just healing or just decaying. I really liked the times where I had to stop it in between, and that was the puzzle. Love the puzzles in God of War. They stumped me, man. The puzzles in Tomb Raider were a breeze. God of War, you got me stumped a few times. But I love that. I love puzzles that make me have to stop and think and kind of go over what everything does and look at the level and just kind of sit back and really, really observe. I love that in a game. As I said, the gore was amazing. I was cutting elephants' heads open and their brains were coming out, and I was gutting things and cutting things in half, and I just love the gore in God of War. It's some of the best. Also, if you saw my top 5 boobs in video games, you saw that the boobs in God of War Ascension made the top of my list. They are phenomenal, amazing boobs. But, what I was missing was we didn't get a threesome in Ascension, which I found extremely disappointing. And the one thing I wanted to play, which was I wanted to be Kratos as I slaughtered my family, we didn't get to do that either. But even though the 2 things I wanted the most out of God of War Ascension I didn't get, I still loved the game thoroughly. It's an excellent game. I want to touch on the fact that a lot of people were bitching about the trophy that was called Bros Before Hoes. Really, people, that's what we're going to bitch about? In a game that every female in the game is topless, you're going to bitch about a trophy called Bros Before Hoes? It actually did ruin my experience in God of War Ascension just a little bit that the trophy was not called Bros Before Hoes. It did. It was Bros Before Foes instead. I would have liked that trophy, and it would have been a lot more fulfilling if it was called Bros Before Hoes. It's just nonsense. Quit your complaining and play the damn game. It's really, really good. Again, the story was a little muddled for me. There was just, it's all revengeance and venging and spiteful gods, and it's just a bunch of anger. That's what I can tell you about the God of War story. Just a bunch of anger. But that kind of anger is great because it makes for amazing gameplay. Go get Ascension. You will love it. As I'm just sitting here, as giddy as a schoolgirl. I love this game so much. I can't talk enough about God of War Ascension. It was epic. It was everything I want in a God of War game. Kratos, I love you. Santa Monica Studios, I love you even more because you bring me such amazing games like God of War. God of War Ascension is a game in the series that I will remember 3 years from now, which is not something I can say about some other games I've played this year. Ascension, yes, buy it. Amazing. As always, thanks for watching, and I totally love you guys.